viewers, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving deep into one of the ServiceNow powerful feature, that is the multi-row variable set. If you have ever been puzzled around how to efficiently collect data from multiple similar items, this video is for you. Imagine you are tasked with collecting information on multiple hardware assets or software installation. Instead of creating individual fields for each item, wouldn't it be great to have a structured table where you can input all the details? Enter the multi-row variable set in ServiceNow. Okay, this features allows you to group and present a collection of variables in a neat tabular or a grid format, whatever you want. With this, you can easily add, edit, or remove rows, making data collection a breeze. It's like having a mini spreadsheet right within ServiceNow. The difference is clear. On the left, we have a cultured form with individual fields for each item. On the right, a streamlined table with the multi-row variable set. Which one would you prefer? The benefits of multi-row variables set are numerous. Not only it enhances the user experience by presenting a more organized interface, but it also streamlines the data collection process, ensuring accuracy and efficiency. So no more scrolling through endless feeds or getting lost into the sea of data. With the multi-row variable set, everything is structured, organized, and user-friendly. So without wasting any further time, let's jump into the ServiceNow demo. So as you can see on my screen, this is my personal development instance, which is currently on Vancouver release. And for today's use case, what we'll be doing, we'll be creating a catalog item, where which will be a group access catalog item. Using that particular catalog item, we can provide access to multiple users at the same time. Okay. So I will not go with the approvals and all. Just we will see how we can define the multi-row variable set, how exactly the data gets stored into the same, and how we can play around it to do whatever we want, right? So let's get started. So as you can see on my screen, this is my personal development instance, and I will just go to maintain items because we want to create a new catalog item, right? So, and let's give it a name. I will give it a name. I'm not pretty sure if it's happening with everyone, but from the moment I've upgraded to Vancouver, my instance is pretty slow. Okay, but that's completely fine. So I will give it a name as group access. Through the group access MVR. I will use MVR as a abbreviation for multi-variable row. Okay. We'll select the catalog, and I will just put it into the service catalog only. In service catalog, let's put it into what? Service. Okay. I will just keep everything as is. Okay. I don't want to add process engine also for now. Okay. We can give the description. This is the log temp for group access using MVR. Okay, and we will simply save it up. So I will not go into deep customization and other things because that's not the intention for this particular tutorial. Okay, so the catalog item got created. Now how we can create the multi-row variable set? It's pretty easy. The way you create variable set, in the similar way you can create multi-row variable set also. So how you can do that? If you scroll down, we have variables where you can define variables, and then we have variable sets. So if you click on new, or you can add the existing one also, whatever you want. But for our case, we will be creating new because we don't have any. So I've clicked on new, trust me or not, but it's waiting to, let's wait for it to load. Okay. And as soon as you click on the variable set, it gives you two options. Okay. These are the options. Either you want to go with a single row variable set and they show this is how it looks, or you want to go with the multi-row variable sets. So this is the one which seems to be intuitive, and it gives a lot of flexibility also, as we can see. So let's go ahead with this. And then we have to give the name for this variable set. So what name I should give? I will give it a name as group access. The internal name will be group access. Okay, order fine. We can give the description. This is the VR for group. Why R is coming capital all the time? Access catalog. Perfect. And we can save this out. So once we save this out, we can start defining the variables in the same. So we have defined the catalog. Under catalog, we have defined variable set. And under variable set, now we will be defining variables. Okay. So as soon as you complete the variable set, you get the options to add variables, catalog policies on the variable set, and so on. Okay. But and it's into the catalog of group access MVR. Okay. Till this particular point, it should be clear. So as we discussed, we want to create a catalog item using which a manager can add multiple people into different groups. Makes sense, right? So for that, what we want, we'll be creating 3 variables over here. Okay, which 3 variables? Let's see. So definitely first we want to add user to the group. So we want group, right? In which particular group we want to add. Or first we want user itself, else it will not make any sense, right? So let's make it a reference field. So we want to add a reference field, and question will be user. Okay, to be added user, we'll keep it user. Type specification will go, and it should be reference to which table. So we will give sys. It's pretty slow for me. I don't know why. Underscore user. So this is the table. Oh, no, we want first sys user, right? Yeah, because we have selected user, right? So we want sys user table. And in reference qualifier, you can add activist row if you want, because we want to look for only active users, right? Again, true. And I think it's user only, right? Perfect. And I can save this out. Let's add another one. So variable inserted. Now I will go keep it as reference only. Okay. And this time we'll be creating one variable called group, because now we want to define in which particular group that user needs to be added. So I'll give it as the name as group. And in type specification, we can change this out to group table. So if you search for group, it's this user group. I will just keep activist true only. Okay. And this time I will do insert and stay, because I want that previous variable to also be there, right? So insert and stay. So we have created 2 variables into the variable set, user and group. The third one, let's add one more. Okay, so that it will you will come to know that we can add different types of variables also over there. So what I can do, the third one I will give as a string. Okay, so single line text, and I will be adding it as business justification, right? Why you want to add. Okay, justification, type specification will not be there because it's a string field. And again we will do insert and stay. So in the variable set, group access, we have created 3 variables now. Okay, let's jump back to the variable set to confirm on the same. So I will just click on this. I will click on this. And yeah, we have 3 variables. Now let's see how exactly it looks on the catalog item, how you can see that. I can jump back to the catalog item, go back to MVR, and I will just go to try it. So this is how it looks. Isn't it amazing? Instead of having multiple variables, okay, and multiple requests to be raised for individual person, right? So let's see how exactly it will work. So I will just add certain things out. So the first thing I want, what? Sorry about the order. Okay, I think I messed up with the order. So able tutor, because he is my friend. Okay, so I want to put him into App Engine admins. Let's add one more. Who we should add now? Abraham Lincoln. Okay, because he is a nice guy, and I will add him to what group? I'm just playing around. Okay, have approval. Let's add one more, and so I will put Amelia. She is not that good, so I will put her to the database because I really don't like database things. Okay, it's always crumbled my mind. So this is how you can add. Okay, you can have variables also, but I've not added variables because I'm currently focusing on only multi-row variable sets. So if I do order now, and you can add and remove all also from the screen. Have you seen? Let's see how it looks on the RITM. So I will open the request, and under request we have RITM. And RITM, we can see the variables like this. So you can either remove the row, or if you want to edit the row. Okay, like for example over here, Amelia, so I can add she is my spouse, she is my friend. Okay, she's my friend. So you can play around the same, and I can simply save this out. So this is how you can. It's pretty nice, right? So there can be tons of things you can do around the same. For each record, you can create a different catalog item. You can run a different script, or you can have different level of approvals. There are endless possibilities for this. Let's see how exactly it gets stored onto the backend side. Okay, so for that, what we'll be doing, let's see. I will just go background with current, and let's see how exactly it will display. So I will just do gs.info because that's what we want to know, how exactly this data gets stored into the big database, right? So how we can get it will be like current dot variables. The way we get the variables, in the similar way we will get the MRS also. Variables, it's variables only, right? Dot group underscore access. This is the name of the backend name of the variable set. So if I run this out, so this is how it gets stored. So as you can see, it's an array of JSON. So this is where the array starts. This is the first object where it's a user ID, business justification, and group. Business, why it's sysID? Because it's the reference field. Business justification, group. So now we came to know how exactly it gets stored into the database also. Now let's see how we can process this data without writing any script. Okay, I have seen a lot of people just go ahead and write a script into workflows to iterate through this. Okay, but why you have to do this if you can do it with ease using Flow? So let's jump onto the same then. So what we'll do, we'll go to the flow designer. And we'll wait for it to come. I really like this UI, okay, which came with Vancouver, okay. So we'll create a new flow. I will give a name as a group access. Perfect. I will just keep it. We are just creating a draft flow, but you can play around it the way you want. So I will just keep the door, add a trigger, and it should be service catalog. Done. Let's add action. And now what we want? Variables, right? So I will just go to, get catalog variables. For which particular record we want this for this particular request item. What is the template? So it was group access, right? Group access MVR. Perfect. And it shows, it has this particular variable set. Okay. We'll bring it up because we want to use it out. Done. And see how, because we have seen already that it's an array of JSON, right? How it exactly get drafted in the flow designer. So you can see there is a group access. If I click over here, so it has an object. It's an array object. Inside there is a JSON object, and inside JSON object there are three keys: user, business, and business, justify, and group. So you can't use it as is, okay, because it's an array. So you have to iterate over it. This is a common logic, okay, common sense, I want to say. So how we can do that? Pretty easy. You can go to the flow logic. There's a for each, which will for each on what? Group access. Group access. Okay, done. Now we are iterating on each of the object, JSON object. So what you have to do, we want to add it to the group member tables. Okay, that's how you give the access to the users, right? So action, we can do create record. Now, if I want to do on my development perspective, so you have to have a check before inserting the data, whether the user is already part of the group and so on. Okay, but just for this tutorial, I will just go straight forward and create a record. So on which particular table? So it will be sys underscore user underscore GR members, and here we can do what all we can do. So we can give user, or let's give it a group first. I want group, and from for each I will select group, and then we have user. We want user, right? User, and I will just go this time from the data pin. Why? Because last time one of my subscriber asked me that is it not a best practice to select something from the data picker? Okay, so I don't know how to answer this kind of questions. So user, and that's done. At the end, if you want, you can add email or whatever you want. Okay, like email, notification. Forget about that. Okay, but that doesn't make any sense for now. So that's it. Okay, create group member record. I will save this out, and let's try to test it out. Okay, how to test it out? You can do one more thing. You can, if you want, you can add it to the item also, this particular. So I will just copy this particular record only. And if you want, if you are puzzled that how you can configure it out on the catalog item, right? So if you go configure, item, ideally it should be there into process engines. And over here flow. Why it's not coming over here? Because I have not activated it out. So if I activate it out, And if we go back over here and refresh it out, now if we go to the flow, now that particular flow should be visible over here. Yeah, here it is, group access. We'll save this out, okay, just for future purpose, so that whenever you, because what people will do, they will simply create flow, create this catalog item, and then they will be like, yo, my flow is not getting triggered. So that's why I've shown it out. Now let's test it out, okay, using the same record. So I will just test it directly from the flow. I'll just go to, I've already copied the requested item. This is the one. And I'll just run test. So it will run. And the execution got finished. We can see the execution over here. Error occurred. What happened? Okay. Why? I think one of the record was already there. Okay. Let's check. So we'll do sys underscore user underscore grm was dot list. This is the name, right? There we go. Cool. What happened? Group member. What is the name? Check from here. Am I messing something out? This is a table. Or we can see the user got, no, this is the old record. So all over there, email tutor, right? Show matching. Let's remove him out. And who else? Brown Lincoln, right? Okay, let's give it a try one more time. I selected the right. Right here. Okay. This is the, we'll go back. and this time it got completed. Why it was failing? Because able tutor was already a part of that particular group. This is a common mistake. Okay. So if we go and check now, so if I click on all, so you can see the respective user just got added to the group, Abraham Lincoln and all. So this is how you can use the multi-row variables here, okay, into your catalog item to make it beautiful and easy to use. I hope you like this video, okay, video tutorial. And if you want to get notified with my upcoming videos, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you will not miss any updates from TechnoMonk. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, and have a nice day. Thank you.